What's up, boys and girls? Ah! What happened to my hair? My beard? Ah! No, I'm now involved in World War II reenactment. So unfortunately, the beard had to go. You've got to portray the best, example of the military whilst doing that. So unfortunately, for the time being, beards had to go, but I need to lose some of this. Lose some weight. Anyway, today we're going to be doing another video on the GK5. Please stick with it, guys and girls that are into the CRZ stuff. There is videos to come. I've actually planned this week, entire week off actually, off work to do a few videos on multiple cars, some including the CRZ. So, I'll catch you in a minute. So today we're going to be doing a video that I've been longing to do for a while now. Actually, I've had these parts since April. It is now June. It's the Coilovers, Tein Coilovers Street Basis Z for my GK5. I actually bought these before I bought the wheels, so I need to get these fitted as soon as possible really. It's just been having sort of enough time off work because this car's been a bit of a bugbearer in certain aspects. It's higher mileage than average and the maintenance hasn't been too great on it. Although he had it serviced every year, he'd done stupid amounts of miles between services, and which is incorrect. Obviously you're meant to do 1 year or 12,500 miles on UK Hondas. Apart from the FK8, I think the FK8 is something silly like 6,000 miles or something like that. Can't quite remember. Anyway, I digress. It's caught me out a few times where stuff's been a bit sort of like overused, if you will. Stuff does not sort of like come out straight away, or someone else has been in there faffing about with other bits. So yeah, hopefully we don't have any issues, but the main point was to have some time off work, so if I did run into any issues, I could use one of my other cars to go and get whatever I need or whatever I run into. I'm hoping I shouldn't. I have bought new anti-roll bar links for the front anyway, so that's usually probably the only thing that's going to cause a problem, I should think, as long as all the bolts come out, everything. I have pre-lubricated or put penetrating fluid on a lot of them already when I've done other jobs, like when I did the rear disc and pads recently, which isn't on the video because everyone knows how to do rear disc and pads, and also when I did front disc and pads when I first got the car back in like October last year. I put penetrating fluid on everything just so it's got time to soak into it, and hopefully the car's only 4.5 years oldish, so you know you'd expect everything to still come out okay, but unfortunately, like I said, this car has done excessive amounts of miles for its year, nearly 20,000 miles more than it should have done. So yeah, I'll get it right though. Like, you know, like I keep saying in all my videos, that I'm slowly getting this car to a standard where it's quite good. So yes, I'll quickly show you the box. We've put the car under a gazebo because we're having a mini heat wave at the moment, which is quite good for obviously shaving the head and facial hair off. Alex should be joining me. Well, he should have been here already, but he's late. And I think Sam's coming over in a couple of days time as well, so we're going to see how much we can get done. Like I said, I've got multiple jobs on cars to do, so today is going to try and concentrate more on doing the Tein Coilovers and hard race front drop links. They will be in this video and another video, so I've got to do a dedicated video for them, just so anyone else that specifically wants just to see that video, that'll be in another video. And then that's it for the GK5 this week. Then I'm going to do some videos on the CRZ. Right, here we are, Tein Coilovers. Where's the part number? Part number is there. You know, typical green stuff. But yeah, we'll show you more as we go through it. But cars under the gazebo, just to try and keep a bit of this sun off of us. Which at the moment, the only place I'm really getting any shade is going to be this side. So I'll start this side first. I'm going to do the rears first. It's not going to be too much of a how-to video, more of a time lapse, just so you can see, you know, what I'm doing and everything. But yeah, car's coming along quite well. Yeah, be so much better once these coilovers are on. So like I just said, this isn't going to be a how-to video. There are quite clear instructions in the box, which are the same coilovers I had for the CRZ, and I've still got for my CRZ. So Tein Street Basis Z, obviously it's another different part number, but yeah, even though I gave instructions to Courier driving down the road with his door open, even though I gave the instructions and the whole brand new box to Diamond Gaze to fit them, they still managed to fit them upside down. God knows. And then argued with me once I told him that he was doing it wrong. Oh well. Anyway, it's going to be more of a time lapse. So yeah, it won't be too heavily focused. But like I said, there's instructions in the box. It's quite clear. It's quite simple. Let's just get on with it. It is warm. Right, I don't know how much filming that got covered, to be honest. It's fucking hot. I keep forgetting to obviously press the play button, record button. But the rear is done. Obviously new shocks, new springs, the locking collars, adjustable collars are fitted. Everything's been torqued. Obviously once it's down on the ground, because you don't want to be torquing everything when it's in its highest position, when it's unsprung, because then when you obviously get the car back on the ground, everything is going to be twisted, like the bushes inside the bottom of the shock and everything. So anyway, that's done. We then decided one side looked spot on, so we left that, locked that side back up, checked the other side, and the other side was out by about half a, it was probably about 3 or 4 mil. So adjusted that up, measured it, so they're both measured on the sort of cups, the spring bit, so where you can adjust it, so we know they're the same, even though it might look slightly different here now because it's on a slightly uneven surface, but I know from taking my measurements off the actual coilovers that it's right. Let's have a look. God, I hate this whole fucking thing on display. Ooh, I need me to be a better guy. There's the rear on that side. Looks sick. And then the rear on that side. Obviously it's going to look slightly different because there's a shadow on the other side and there isn't on this side. But they are the same nonetheless. Yeah, pretty simple to do. The only issue we had is in the instructions, which I'll look at to show you now actually. Right, so you have to, the bump stop, you have to cut it down and then you use the top piece. And then you're meant to use the OEM upper boot. That's how much we cut off, you don't use that bit. But yeah, the upper boot, on the UK spec ones, they seem to be too narrow. So they don't go over, see here, like they're much narrower than the ones that seem to come on the JDM ones. So we just not ran it, but once it's fully compressed anyway, it's there's no issues. And the boot that comes with the Tein coilovers, the boot that comes with the Tein coilovers, which is kind of like these, These are actually for the front, but they're like that, but it's longer. Yeah, they cover it up fine. So yeah, looks good. Get onto the front now, because there's still quite a long way to go on the front. It's not been as easy as we thought with the anti-roll bar links. Fortunately, Sam's come over with his angle grinder and grinded that out. It's one of those tools that everyone asks why I haven't got one. It's because I don't do stuff like this very often. No. Even though pretty much every time I do something like this, lowering springs, you always get caught out by drop links. I always buy a set, but I always hope they come undone. It's always the way, they get stuck on the thread due to corrosion. I mean, you know, I wire brushed them, I've gone at them with penetrating fluid for like 2 or 3 attempts just to let it soak in, but it still didn't work, so they cut off. Alex has just gone to go get some, hopefully gone to go get some top mount bearings, because that will save us disassembling this shock. I can't be bothered with coil spring compressors and everything like that. I have got them obviously, but I just can't be bothered if we can save some effort really. So in that respects, the shocks, the front coilovers are assembled. I greased all of the threads yesterday, so the bearing will just basically sit on top of here and lock in that nut together. There's this new drop links. Just show you around this side. Still got to take apart that side yet. But yeah, there's a bearing, this bearing here, just there, which we want. But I've always had issues with getting this nut undone, because you've got to put a key in here, and they usually shit themselves or something like that, and I just thought, save the effort. So you'll see as we struggled a little bit with this side, the lower arm dropped down further than I wanted to do. I thought it was quite heavier than I thought it was. I've just cable tied it in place. The problem is if you let this hub fall, particularly if you let it fall forward, it will pull the drive shaft, because obviously it's still connected, and the CV joint will fall apart. It does look like it's slightly stretched. I'm hoping it'll be fine. So yeah, just waiting for Alex to get back. We might disassemble the other side so it's ready to go. I'll catch you in a bit. Whew, God, it's hot today. It's been hot all week. There we go, some new bearings. Can't see this, man. So we'll now get them on the shocks and finish this install. Right, there's the front all built up. Literally you only need this bearing off your old one, so go get one of those. We got these from Euro actually, Euro car parts. Yeah, all ready to rock and roll. Just going to check the height and everything and then put it together. Right, do apologise, I've actually done most of it with the front without recording. Got into a habit or a routine. I'll show you it fitted though. Right, here we go. There's the coilover fitted. Hard race anti-roll bar link installed. Yeah, that's all in now. Got to put all the scuttle sort of panel back on. Sam's playing Wind the Weasel. Wheels back on this side. So we're now just going to put the wheel back on the other side, get it off the axle stands, and then just get the ride height how we want it. It might be the same. I've adjusted them both about 2 centimeters, I think it is, on from the bottom to the top. Sorry, from the bottom up on the collar. So hopefully it's fairly similar, but obviously usually fronts are different to rears, so we'll find out. Yeah, catch you in a bit. The coilovers are on, wheels are on. It's back down on the ground. Just taking it around the block just to make sure there's no knocks or anything untowards. It's quite bumpy actually. I'm hoping they just got to, you know, wear in a little bit. But yeah, quite bouncy. Fucking dogs. People just got no fucking training in their dogs. Anyway, yeah, so I really like the way it sits. Maybe need to come up 5mm on the front, maybe down 5mm on the rear, just to get it really, really perfect. But it looks so fucking sick. It really does. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, rather than finishing the video here, I'm going to drive it for a week, 2 weeks maybe, and just see if the ride quality improves, because at the moment, like I said, it's quite bouncy, which I didn't have that problem on my CRZ, which has the same coilovers, or there might be different spring rates and everything, but yeah, I didn't have that issue. So anyway, I'll let you have a look of now how the car sits. It does look so good, don't it, Sam?
Yeah, it does. It's proper.
Right.
Straight off the bat, getting that to look as good as it does, mate. You've done well there.
Well, like I said earlier, it was just 2 centimeters, so 20mm up from the lowest position. I think these are meant to go about 70mm, so in theory, it's dropped 50mm all round from standard ride height, which is quite considerable, to be honest. But it does look really good. Anyway, let's have a look. Yeah. Look at that. Oh god, it sits so good. It really does, but it's quite, you know, it's quite close. Doesn't actually like touch when you're going down the road. It's only when you go over like bumps and stuff it just slightly touches. The rears just needs to come down a little bit, I think. I might get those rear axle plates that adjust the toe and the camber slightly. I'd like to take out a bit of camber from the rear, I think. But yeah, really does sit good. Nice bit of poke on the tyre. But the good thing is now it's more, the tyre's more now under the wheel arch. So yeah, pleased. I just hope that once they bed in a little bit, they're not as bouncy, because obviously being the street basis, there's no dampening adjustment on these. But if my camera just seemed to cut me out there, so like I was just about to say, is if they don't improve through the bedding in process, then I will contact Tein and see if I can get a different spring rate spring and see if that improves it. If not, it is what it is. That's what you get for buying entry level coilovers. But I didn't have this problem on the CRZ. On the CRZ, actually, I think it's perfect. There she is. Lovely thing. There's Sam. Alex is with us, but he's gone for a job interview at my company. So hopefully he gets that. That'd be cool. Get him out of the silly hours he has to work. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive it for a while, see how we get on, and I will then give you an update there. Right, boys and girls, quick little update on the coilovers on the GK5. Been driving now for a couple of days. We did actually raise it up about 10mm. That's made a huge difference. Not only does it not catch the arches as much now, but I used to only sort of, any bumps in the road, it would sort of lightly catch it. Now you can drive it perfectly fine. You obviously, when you drive a lowered car or any vehicle really that you take any pride in, you try to avoid dips and bumps and potholes and everything anyway. But it only now catches on sort of bigger bumps. But also raising it up, that 10mm, has also improved the ride quality. It's not bumpy anymore like it used to be. It's much more firmer. So I can only assume they were sort of getting maxed out a little bit, even though there was still quite a lot of room on the actual adjustment collar. So yeah, very happy with them actually. Looks really good. Doesn't look hugely different to what it was, you know, when I showed you in the videos anyway. So I'm not going to go out and show it. Actually, I might do it quickly. But it's just so much better now. Really happy with them. It handles so good. Obviously sits great, and yeah, ride quality much better than it was when I first fitted them. So very, very happy. Definitely recommend them. I got them through Driftworks actually, but you can get them from other reputable dealers. I think Torque GT do stock them as well, so if you decide to get them from Torque GT, you can use my discount code Honda Guru, all caps, no spaces. But yeah, I'm not affiliated with Driftworks in any way. The only reason I've gone from Driftworks is they could get them next day, and they offered finance. So anyway, boys and girls, please like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. But please also check out check out the sponsors on the intro and the outro, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.
Sam's not here, so you have to wait for that. Bye.